Welcome. This is We Are Famous. I'm Simbo.
Yeah, and I'm your boy CL. What's happening, homie?
What's up, big dog? You all right?
We in the building, man. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Well, the NFL draft just happened, man.
Yeah.
And I'm an H-Town boy. You see, I rep the logo, and I'm so excited, man.
Hey, man, I'm H-Town all day, man, but I still got to represent for my Raiders, man. I'm proud of the Texans for what they draft picks did, man. This is about the most exciting I've been for a draft in a long time because even though I'm a Raider fan, I'm still H-Town all day.
Okay, I'm glad you explained that. But right now, man, we at Houston Draft Central. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I already know.
I understand you're a Raider fan. You're implant, and that's cool, but you really from the H. So right now, man, we're going to brag on our Texans a little bit, and then I'm going to let you talk about, whatever you want to talk about.
Houston uses its pick on Stroud, who was most recently seen playing perhaps his best game at Ohio State against that vaunted Georgia Bulldog defense.
We have a trade. We will get to the details.
Hello.
This was a perfect trade.
They get both players.
Damn it, you got C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson. That's a successful night.
That combination should be lethal.
And I love that the Texans are saying we're going all in.
And he makes the catch.
Hooker setting up, and the pass is picked off. Hill with the interception.
You think about it the next day, you say, wow, that's actually brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, man, when this draft came up, I wasn't too optimistic, man.
I wasn't either.
I thought
just from past experiences.
Yeah,
we ain't had too much to be proud of, but carry
I
on.
thought old Cal and Nick was gonna mess it up, man. And if you don't know who that is, you're not a real fan.
Yeah, I know.
We'll Google it. Not you. I'm talking about the people out there.
The
you
world.
know.
The
The world. So, man, Nick and Cal, man, they pulled off. They pulled off a stunner, man. I was stunned. I was happily stunned.
Yeah, I think D'Amico got a lot to do with that, man. And I think
I
when he took the job, he wanted to have somewhat creative control. Sometimes you don't have to put it in a tabloid as that he's this or that, like Bill O'Brien wanted to be the owner, the coach, the owner operations out there. D'Amico silently is all that without even having to come out and put that in the public. And I thank the Texans organization for bringing him in and let him be a intricate part of bringing these young guys in to their career.
Yeah, I definitely can see that. But I want to congratulate C.J. Stroud, our new quarterback.
Yes.
I mean, I saw a little clip of the dude, and I'm going to run it somewhere in this, but, man, dude is a natural leader, man.
Yeah.
The way he interacted with the GM, I never seen a young guy talk like that. Normally, they be just deer in the headlights.
Man, shout out to Nick. You did a great job, yeah. Hey, I got to show Nick some love, man. He the one who made it shake. So
they've heard enough from me for a long time. They just want to hear from you.
No, we're gonna give you your flowers for sure.
Yeah.
But he had some good banter going back and forth with Cesario. That's his name. But also I want to welcome Will Anderson.
Yes.
Linebacker from Alabama. He's going to make us forget about JJ.
Yes, I thought he still would have been there number 12, but that showed how much D'Amico Ryans and the Texan organization had confidence in him for them to abandon their number 12 pick. I don't know all what they had to give up to get him.
They traded 12, number 33, which was the first pick in the second round, and next year's first round pick.
Yeah, but that showed him. I'm pretty sure he's going to play hard. By D'Amico being a linebacker himself, I'm pretty sure he had a big part of making sure they move up to get that guy.
The quarterback was the organization's pick. Will Anderson was D'Amico's pick. And that's what I'm proud of about Cal and old Nick. They listened to the coach and what he needed. You know what I'm saying? They went out and got it. Because all those picks, you don't just want all rookies on your team.
Right. So
get the player that you know going to start.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the player that's going to be on special teams. So, man, kudos to them, man, for, doing a good job on the draft, man.
Right.
But let's get into, man, what your Raiders do, man.
Man, my Raiders did their little old thing with their little picks. I got it right here. I still wasn't done with your boy.
Well, keep going. Let's stay on the Texas, man. It's Texas Central, though. Keep going.
C.J. Stroud, I thought was the best quarterback in the draft. Even though Bryce Young was the number 1 pick, I just think he's a little too small.
Right.
For to come in to be a 5'10". It's a different with a Russell Westbrook and Kyler Murray. They more got a little more stature down below.
Russell Wilson.
Yeah. They got a little more thickness.
Like my cousins say, they got bottom.
Yeah.
You know?
They got that bottom, and by him, he looked more like
They
a
thick in the
slim
trunk.
basketball player.
Yeah, he's a point guard playing quarterback.
And
literally.
I think if they don't, I can't say what they draft to protect him, but if they don't protect him, I don't see him being in the league that long.
Right.
If they don't give him no protection.
Well, I agree with you about Stroud.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a clip on ESPN where Stroud made a check at the line of scrimmage when the linebacker was blitzing. Mm-hmm. He kind of told the wide receiver what to do. And to me, that's a 28-year-old player.
Right.
Most youngsters don't get it. He was getting it in college. So I'm kind of excited, man, to see this young guy grow and play and that he's a Texan because I wanted him the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I like Bryce. He's very creative and all that. But like you say, football is physical.
Very physical.
And, you can't weigh in at 204. By the time week 16 get here, he going to be 180. He's going to lose some weight. You know what I'm saying?
To be losing weight. And like I say, I wish him the best. I'm glad to see, I think first time in Alabama, picked a first-round draft pick. Excuse me.
You okay?
First-round pick, the draft pick that high.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of firsts in this draft.
Right.
And I'm glad that it's people that look like us and represent us.
Yeah.
So, with my Oakland Raiders.
Wait. Well, before we get there.
L.A. Raiders.
L.A. Raiders. No, they Vegas Raiders.
Vegas.
Are you a real fan?
Go ahead.
Okay. But look, again, the draft was great, but they also, Texans been making some off-season moves with some of these veterans that's going to protect Stroud. Mm-hmm. I mean, they got the Shaq guy from Tampa Bay. They re-signed our tackle, and, they got two good guards, and they drafted a center. Center is really the smartest person on the team. And so that little young cat that they drafted, man, he nice also. So,
but y'all did, and think what the third or fourth round, a guy from
the guy from U of H, yeah.
The first time in Houston Texans history they done drafted somebody from
from Houston,
U of H.
Yeah, he a dog.
So that's another monumental moment for that particular guy. I don't know which you know that shot his name out. If you can pull it up, shot his name out and represent for U of H. I forgot his name. I know his name on my head, but I just can't remember it right now.
Yeah, I pull up his name, put it on the screen.
Pull up his name and make sure we
now.
put it out there. But shout out to you, young man, for doing a great job, even putting yourself out there. They don't consider that conference a dominating conference, and I think you should have went a lot higher than you should have went. But you are a great player, and hopefully when you get into the NFL.
His name is Tank Dale. That's his name.
That's
Tank.
Yeah, Tank.
Touch him, you're not going to get a hand on him. I think he's a perfect pick for the Houston Texans. You give Stroud another weapon in the slot. I mean, that combination should be lethal.
Man, Tank
Shout out.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you why he gonna make it.
Uh-huh.
He was sitting back waiting on these rounds and go. He didn't get drafted or whatever. Mm-hmm. He tweeted the Texans, "Hey man, I want to stay at home. I want to play at home." He wanted
due diligence and getting here.
Hustle over heart, man. Like he ready to go to work. I can't wait to see that young boy touch the field, man.
I have never been this excited about a draft when it comes to the Houston Texans since they became the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of the Houston Texans. Hopefully, I don't know if y'all can convert me back to coming home.
I'm gonna convert
right
it, man.
Now,
I'm
Raider Nation all day. But if y'all can convert me back to coming back to H-Town, man, please convince me. And the best pick y'all ever did with D'Amico Ryans, bringing him as a head coach, I could see what y'all doing with him, and I appreciate the fact y'all giving that man a chance, and hopefully he can turn the organization around. And so far, from what I see, he ain't been the coach yet. But I see the change they making already.
Come on home, CL.
Okay,
come on home,
I'm coming.
Man.
I'm coming.
Look, don't get on the bandwagon too late. You know what I'm saying? And all my cowboy brethren, friends out there that's friends of mine, hey, now is the time. You know, don't wait till we go to the Super Bowl and be like, man, I'm from Houston. Nah, now I'm giving you an opportunity where I won't say nothing. Right. So come on home. But, man, let's get back into the rest of this NFL draft. What about your Raiders, man?
Man, while we talking about the Raiders, I definitely want to shout out because we got two Houstonians, man. That's the fourth-round pick from Houston, Jacorian Bennett cornerback from Maryland, man. I want to shout you out as well, and I want to shout out the 6th-round pick, Amari Burney, linebacker from Florida. So I definitely want to shout you guys out, man.
Congratulations.
For making it on my team, my Las Vegas Raiders, H-Town all day, though. No matter where I'm from, I'm always going to represent Texas. I'm always going to represent H-Town.
Congratulations,
so that's what I do.
man. I hope y'all do well out there in Vegas, man. You know, beautiful stadium. You know, I've been there. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But, man, look, and the rest of the draft was pretty good. I think the Eagles, besides the Texans, man, I think the Eagles won the draft. I mean, they whole defense, Georgia, man. I don't know how they let that Carter guy slip that far down the draft. Yeah. He was actually the best player in the draft. And because he had some off-the-field things going on, which he was pretty much cleared of, you know, they punish us again for things that we do. And he ended up being the 9th pick. And I can't believe 8 teams passed on him, especially the Bears. But, you know, that's why I'm not a Bear fan.
Well, it's all good, man. We ain't worried about that, man. Well, I'm just so excited about this upcoming segment with the Houston Texans, man. And I see, what's her name from Georgia, Stetson Bennett, that quarterback, he dropped down to about the 4th round, I think.
Where did he go?
I think the Rams or something. I can't remember where he went, but he dropped all the way down too. He dropped down because he had a little DUI situation in the offseason. So,
but he got picked up.
He got picked up. People thought he got picked up a lot higher since he was a national champion, but I think he dropped down to like the 4th round. I think with the Rams, if I'm not mistaken.
That's a steal for the Rams.
But he had a little DUI situation, I think, that made him drop down further than what he probably
he wasn't a top 5 QB.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
He wasn't top 5, but he's a good player. But, man, while we talking about QBs, what about Action Jackson getting his payday? What you think about that, man?
I think if he'd have had a real agent, he could have got a lot more guaranteed money.
Look, man, he bet on him and his mama, man.
He did. And sometimes giving up that 10% could have cost you 30, 40%. I know you want to try to keep everything in the household. I think if he'd have got a reputable agent, it wouldn't have took this long to get where you at right now. And I think you would have got more money. $185 million guaranteed for me and you.
Yeah.
You know, is a lot of money. $52 million a season is a lot for anybody. He still got generational money, but I think he could have got his due diligence and a lot more. And if he'd have got with a reputable agent than using your mouth.
Well, I agreed a little bit, but then I disagree, and I'm rolling with their method, and let me tell you why. Of course, it would have been easy to get an agent because it's the good old boy system, and they would have stole his money, somewhere.
A little bit.
Yeah, they would have got him. But at the end of the day, what the NFL owners, they was gonna make an example out of him though, and he had to come to. This is why I feel like growth came with him and his mom. The NFL, when he decided that he wasn't gonna sign them contracts they was putting in his face, he asked to be traded. They kind of say, okay, whatever, you know what I'm saying? They put the tender out there. They put a franchise tag them where another team can come approach him. No other team approached him because the Sean Watson deal was a terrible deal and precedence for the league.
For the owners.
Not that I agree with it, but that's their club. You know what I'm saying? And you can't. They weren't going to allow the next person to control their club because they had one weak owner decide to give old boy all that money, which I think all these guys, hey, man, get as much money as you can. They're billionaires paying millionaires, them other people problems. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not crying over none of them, but I'm glad that they got their money. But what they did with Jackson, they say, okay, you think you making all that money? Let's see if another team. They all was in collusion and decided not to offer him nothing. And when that boy from H-Town, the east side to be exact, Hurts, got all that money.
Yeah, Channel View.
Channel View. It set the mark. So that's why I think him and his mom, had a moment of clarity and growth.
Right.
Okay, well, they're not going to give us all this guaranteed money, but I told somebody, hey, he just want to be the highest paid.
Yeah, I think Jalen Hurts' deal actually helped him get the deal he got.
Exactly.
I'm absolutely sure that helped him get the deal he got because the Sean Watson deal was way too high.
Right. He was on
Jalen Hurts' deal, he had
he earned it.
A team-friendly deal.
Yeah, and
so
he earned it.
Baltimore decided to go right in the middle.
Yeah.
And if Lamar Jackson didn't take that deal, I think right now he probably would sit out and probably not even play.
He would have sat out, or he would have signed that franchise tag.
He
and
ain't
tried
have no
to
choice
come
but
back.
to sign it.
Yeah. So, like I said, him and his mama had a moment of clarity and growth. Because if you'd have kept keeping your feet in the sand, it wasn't going to happen, man, because the worst thing is no other team approach you.
Yeah, it's a difference when you're bringing in somebody who don't have relationships with teams, owners, and all of that, and you bring your mama in because she don't have a relationship. All she have a relationship is with him.
Yeah.
I feel like if you paid that 10% and got you a real reputable agent, that 185 could have been 200 million guaranteed versus 185 guaranteed plus the 260 that you got on the guarantee on the contract period. So I think he shorted himself by the 15 million, but still, all in all, that's generational money. Your kids
devil's
ain't
in the
gotta work no
details. That's your opinion. You could be absolutely right, or you could be, he got all the money he can get. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so.
But look, man, congratulations, see young king.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Congratulations,
I hope you have the best year of your life and season of your life, because I can't stand the Pittsburgh Steelers, man.
And show up and show out, man.
Yeah.
If all this here out of 5 years, at least show the organization that you worth the money they gave you. I hope you get at least one ring out of this. One.
I think
because right now you're not a Hall of Fame player. You've been an MVP. You made a playoff appearance. But if you can get one championship out of the money they gave you, I think that you and the Baltimore organization would be proud of what you've done. And I guess what? He's young.
Yeah,
He's still got
25.
another max contract.
Yeah.
He can get after this.
Right.
So if you go show them people what you can do with this contract, man, next time it's going to be probably close to $300 million.
on,
So
man.
do
Hey,
your damn thing like you're supposed to do, man.
I believe in Jackson, man. I think he's going to turn up. I think they putting it right. They finally changed his offense.
Yeah.
And they putting receivers and everything he needs to make him successful.
They bringing in players. They got Odell Beckham,
Yeah.
and they talking about getting Hopkins right now.
Right.
So if they get Hopkins, they give him some weapons. He ain't got to use his legs as much as he used to,
Right.
and then that's going to put longevity in the league for him.
And he got a great tight end, Andrews.
So if he can stay healthy enough on your next contract, which even though they gave you 5, it should come up in 3 years where they be able to talk to you again, and then you'll break the bank on their ass and get what you really want.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, look, man, I'm going to take over your segment
Go
today.
ahead.
And I brought this segment, what's the name of your segment, man?
The bullshit.
Yeah, I'm going to take
all day, every day,
all
seal
day.
in the building. Yeah.
It's his creation, but I'm going to take it over today.
Run it.
So you got this guy, quarterback from Kentucky, Levi something. I don't even know his name, man. Yeah, that guy.
I know.
Well, what bothered me about it is some people in the media, one to be exact, because he didn't want to be proven wrong. I think his name is Hasselbeck or something like that. He was just upset, man. He couldn't even control his anger on TV. Why would you invite him to the green room if you knew you wasn't going to pick him? Man, that happens all the time.
Well, for those of you who don't know Levi, just go to Kentucky quarterback and look him up, and y'all can find out what his first, last name is, what his credentials is, and what he done, and compare that to the quarterbacks that was picked, and then y'all can go and see why he slipped into the second round.
Hey, man, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. You know what I'm saying? So all the people took before him were better. But what's crazy about it is, media's upset. People online upset in the comments, his feelings hurt. He was there with his mom and his girl. Well, the same thing happened to Willis last year that played for Tennessee.
Right.
He sat in that room. Nobody cried. It was just, hey, nobody picked you. Then he get picked the next day, which is fine. But what's crazy to me, man, is the round 2, they made sure he was the first pick off the board.
First pick, yes.
And, thank you for telling me that, because I didn't know. I know he got picked, and I didn't know if it was the first or second.
The 33rd pick of the second round. He made it to the second round. He was the 33rd pick. They made sure to appease. I'm not going to say white America, but at the same time, I'm going to say white America. Because there was so many black dudes picking the first round. Shit, I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, look at all these black guys coming up.
But I'm going to tell you something. What's crazy about it, they put him on the same team with Willis. The guy that went through the same thing he went through last year. Nobody was crying, saying, man, him and his mom, they're sitting in the green room. Yeah, this is terrible. Nobody said that, but with this situation, man, I just thought that was kind of like, okay, wow.
Well, for black athletes, this happened all the time with us. You know what I'm saying? So it's taboo to white America to see a guy that they thought so highly of to fall that far. You know what I'm saying? Because even Tom Brady, in my opinion, wasn't even held on a higher quarterback standards than this guy was. So if when he dropped to the 6th, 7th round Tom Brady, they thought Will was going to be. I thought he was deserving of the first round myself.
Will Levis.
I thought he was going to go in the first round.
You know what? I thought he was going to the Texans, and that's why I was kind of upset.
Right.
I'm like, man, if y'all pick this guy, I am definitely becoming another fan of somebody else because he threw 23 interceptions.
Well, I didn't think he was deserving over C.J. Stroud. I'm not.
Stroud led the FBS 2 years.
I'm not gonna say I don't like Bryce Young.
Yeah.
But his height is a problem for me. Right. When I see a guy 5'10", when you with Alabama and you get the best draft
not
picks,
his height, it's his weight. It's
his height and weight.
But
because
Russell Wilson 5'10".
Okay, but Russell Williams is stout
Wilson.
Russell Wilson is stout at the bottom, like we said.
Well, let me give you somebody else. Doug Flutie.
Man, you know the era Doug Flutie was in. Guys
it
wasn't
was
as
rougher
big and strong.
It was rougher than this.
It was rougher, but guys wasn't big and strong and fast as these guys are now. You got defensive end, even offensive linemen running 4.5s.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference.
Well,
so you can't compare eras.
I agree. I don't compare eras, but look, let's stay with this Levis guy. See, here go the problem, and hopefully the public is happening right before our eyes. They used to grade quarterbacks different. Now you have to be athletic. You got to be a 3-tool quarterback.
Yeah.
You have to be athletic. You got to be able to throw the ball, and you got to have some creativity. You can't just be a statue that stand in the pocket anymore because, like you just say, these defenders running 4.3s. You know, you just can't be a statue in the pocket now. So what's happening is when they used to judge black quarterbacks that had all those attributes, they'd be like, oh, he's not a prototypical NFL quarterback. Now all the NFL quarterbacks that are winning, the Jacksons, the Mahomes, the Josh, you know, the guy from Buffalo, even the guy from Cincinnati. They're big, they can move, they're smart. You 3-2, just like it's like a baseball thing now. You're getting graded differently. So he don't fit in that category, so that's why he dropped.
Right. Well, C.J. Stroud, I think, if I'm not mistaken, got a baseball background. A couple of guys got baseball backgrounds, so they know how to slide and get down. I think Bryce Young, he really don't have I think he's more shaped like a basketball player.
Yeah, he definitely point guard playing.
But even though he was picked first round, I hope he do great. You know what I'm saying? I hope he big things for him going to the Carolina Panthers, but he definitely might have to use his legs.
I think Carolina played themselves.
Me too.
I think Carolina should have went with their heart and took Stroud.
That's the play I think.
I think pressure got to him, and they took Young. But thank you.
Yeah.
as a Texan fan,
right.
Thank you.
And even though the Florida kid Richardson, he's not developed the way you think he should be, but 6'4" and athletic as he is, I think he could have
250,
and he set all kind of combined records.
Yeah.
Even though he may not be ready right now, he may end up being the best out of the whole crew right now. We don't know.
And they're all in the same division.
Yes.
Stroud, Levis, Richardson, and the other guy, not Young, but the other guy that's from Jacksonville.
Right.
What's his name? The long hair.
The long neck.
Yeah, I can't think his name. But all of them, and that's going to be a great division for quarterback play.
Right.
So, hey, man, congratulations to my Texans, man. Congratulations to the NFL. I thought this draft was going to be boring because it was in Kansas City. But it was actually an enjoyable draft, maybe because my team won. But
I think every year, whoever wins a Super Bowl, they ought to start doing the primary draft in their city. Because even though you generate money for the city with the Super Bowl and your team making it, whoever wins a Super Bowl draft, y'all just start just doing that type of draft in their city, and that should motivate. That might motivate teams to even want to do better, knowing that you're going to generate money for them cities.
Every city is not equal, man. So it's some cities that you just can't take the masses to, and I think Kansas City is one, man. You know what I'm saying? I went to the draft last year in Vegas. I go to the draft in New York and different places, man. I'm not going to Kansas City. I'm not going to Indianapolis. I'm not going to Jacksonville. You know, some places I'm just not going. So.
You may not go because you well versed in cities and traveling, but that don't mean the masses who never been there might not go.
Hey man, I tell you what, Mr. CL.
Yes, sir.
Go Google an overhead shot of the draft from last couple of days ago, Kansas City.
Right.
And then go Google an overhead shot from the Vegas draft from last year. And you'll understand what I'm saying. It's a difference. You had about 500 people versus 100,000. You know what I'm saying?
Vegas is a city that don't sleep, man. If I had enough money to move to Vegas, I probably would move to Vegas because it's a city that don't sleep.
Well, man, thank you for all that, man. This been a great show, man. Look, man, this been Simbo, and
I'm your man, CL.
And this is We All Famous.
Acer, no chaser. Yeah.
Bitch, we told him.